You were really starting to worry about me. It's been like a week since I've really done a video. So I guess I owe it to you to tell you why I haven't done a video in a while. One thing is I've got some sponsors, I guess you could say, that I'm working with, and I need to focus more on them before I can do those videos and go on and creatively be where I need to be. Also, I think it's important that we both take a break from each other, because that way you'll miss me more, and it gives me a time for my bank to fill up with all these other ideas that I'm going to do. By the way, in the very near future, I'm going to do what you said and get this shaved completely smooth. Why am I doing it? Because you told me to jump, and then I said how high, and you said just shave it all off to the skin, Nick. Do whatever we say. And I say, okay, I have to do what you say, because there's 3,700 of you and only one of me. Now, with that being said, I have a special guest, as you could see in the thumbnail of this video. This is not a surprise. I have a special guest, and I'm going to go ahead and call him up immediately. Chris Haley, will you please take the stage? By the way, we're in front of Viking Pizza / Legacy Coffee Company in Spring Hill, Tennessee, where you will never be. But that's where we are right now. What's the deal with this guy? What do you think why do you think you're here on this video?
Because I mistakenly messaged you and said, hey, let's hang out.
So here's the deal. In the school year of 2002, 2003, some of you weren't even born yet, and that's the truth, is we were college roommates. You were 17?
Yes.
And I was 21, and we were roommates, and it's funny, I live in the Nashville area now. He reaches out to me and said, hey, my wife's friend is getting married and we're gonna be in town. Mm-hmm. So here we are. But see, it's not there. It's not like, oh, well then I should put you in a video. No, it's specific, because what's one of the things that I've talked about more than once? I've said, if you are starting to become insecure about signs of hair loss, the first thing you should do is you should go ahead and buzz it all off. Number one, guard. Number two, zero. Do it. It's a way that you can face your fears about hair loss. But see, here's something Chris and I have in common. Back in the fall of 2002, mm-hmm. we buzzed our hair off for the first time, right? You had never done that before, right?
That was the first time I'd done it since I was 8.
Yeah.
I think that was the last time that I did it previously.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, I had like a flat top in 6th grade, but not like just buzzed it all off. Because I guess you probably did like a number 2 or number 3. Mm-hmm. And I think, yeah, it was a number 2 or 3 for me as well. So you were 17, I was 21 when we first did that. And it's funny because while that may seem insignificant that our whole dorm was doing it, so we just kind of jumped in and did it too. It wasn't really peer pressure, right?
No, but it helped where you didn't feel alone.
Yeah.
Because you know, if you do it and you're just a weird guy that has a buzz cut and everybody else has full, like I had full hair and frosted tips. I mean, it was early 2000s, so it was okay at that point. But I had frosted tips, and it was like, well, I don't want to necessarily just do this on my own and get rid of it. So it helped to where it's like, all right, well, you were there with me and everybody was doing it. It's like, okay, we're a brotherhood.
Yeah, totally. So it's like peer pressures, I'm doing it because everyone else is doing it because I want to fit in. And this was more like everyone else is doing it, so if I look stupid, at least I'll look stupid with everybody else.
Right.
It was a little bit of
a
different take on peer pressure. But it's funny because I think fundamentally that became part of my identity, because since then, and that was 15 years ago, I have sporadically buzzed off my hair, even though I'm not necessarily balding or bald or whatever. I've still been doing it because I like it. And if I want to do it, I do. Have you buzzed it off since then?
I have not.
You like had really long hair, in fact.
Yeah, like I used to have, I went through a period where I just grew it out, so a year and a half that I grew it. So it was like down to about here. And I did that because I played Jesus in a play at camp, but.
I'm just trying to imagine you as a Jewish guy right now.
Yeah,
I don't know that
Irish, Jewish, it's the same. Yeah, so like I haven't come close to doing that since, but you know, I love the brotherhood that we all had, because we were all with each other on that, and it stuck with you because you kept it short from most of what I remember throughout the rest of our time living together was it was fairly short. And
yeah, definitely. And it's like after I graduated college and I grew it long, like down to here. But then like I just kept going back to getting rid of it, like because it was fun. And like you said, you said the word brotherhood, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but the nickname for this channel is the Brotherhood of the Hair Loss.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you didn't know that. And that's one of the themes of this channel is, you know, for guys who are starting to lose their hair, especially when they're young, they can't openly express how they feel, their anxiety, their fear. But here on this channel, everyone belongs. We don't judge each other. Wherever you're at in your journey, you know, there's guys that, you know, have the same hairline as me and they're 15 years old right now. They're freaking out and I can have compassion for them. But wherever we are, at least we are bonded by this whole experience of, because I mean, that's the thing. I want to ask you. So we were discussing before I shot this video, you're not going to go bald.
No.
You're not. How old are you? 33?
33.
You're 33. Now, one of the theories is, you at age 35, if you're noticeably losing your hair by age 35, that's a sign you're most likely going to be balding shortly after that, or for the rest of your life you'll be balding. But if you're kind of in the middle, like with me, I'm turning 37 in a week. I'm already past that. Chances are I'm probably not going to completely go bald for most of my life. But for you, I mean, your hairline looks just straight across as far as I'm concerned, right? I mean,
yeah.
Show the camera.
I haven't really.
Look at it. Look at it. It's like straight across. Now, what's weird though is I have many hair loss theories, and one of those is if you can grow a full beard by the time you're 18, you're more likely to go bald. Be that guy that starts, balding by the time he's 35. But not you.
Yeah, I was 17. I had a full goatee, and you thought that I just couldn't grow the connectors. But
you just
I
had a goatee.
Since late 16, early 17, it was one of those things I could grow the full beard.
Yeah.
Just decided, I mean, it was early 2000s. You do things that you correct, like grow a goatee or have frosted tips.
But it was in 2002, so I guess that kind of made it okay.
It made it okay.
Creed was still kind of cool at the time.
Yeah, I mean, they hadn't come out.
And Nickelback was like totally cool at the time. So that tells you.
It was like Nickelback's first album, like when I could still listen to them and not be ashamed.
So, but yeah, it's weird. So you're an exception to the rule in some ways, because you've been able to grow a beard since you're 16, same as me. And I also talk about how the more Asian you are, the less likely you are to go bald, and but it's like, you're saying you're Irish. You don't have any ethnic DNA in you at all, right?
I have, Irish, Native American, and I know there's some other European on my mom's side.
You should take a DNA test, because see, that's the thing. Native Americans are linked back to the Asian DNA.
Really?
Yeah. They crossed over from Asia across Alaska, Bering Strait, and came and settled in America, like 10,000 years ago, whatever. But they're the cousins of Asian. I mean, do you know how? You should take a DNA test.
I know my great grandmother was pretty much full-blooded Native American.
Okay.
She had a mustache and everything. So I mean.
Mustache.
Oh yeah, she had a mustache.
I've never.
I don't know, like just with my family, like the women apparently grow mustaches. So.
Okay. I don't know how to connect that to my theories right now, but the fact that you have Native American DNA, like I do as well, I definitely still believe, comparing you to someone who's completely European, that guy who's completely European is more likely to go bald sooner than later. So in theory, that could be one of the things working for you and your dad, who you said your dad's 60 and doesn't have any hair loss at all.
No hair loss.
Yeah, so there you go. It's always fun to have these conversations, because these are all theories about hair loss, but it's fun to kind of figure them out. I think most of the time my thing about the beard is right, but Chris is an obvious exception to that. So I guess for a guy who's never going to go bald, you don't have any worries in life then. Like, your life's going to be easy and everything's going to work out just all okay, because you don't have to go bald. You don't have to worry about it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's something you just don't have to worry about.
I just have to worry about this gray patch or silver patch just growing.
And see, but that's part of my theory. Part of my hair loss theory is this, that if you don't go bald, you go gray.
Well, I've had the gray silver patch in my goatee since I was 17.
Oh! Okay, so basically, I'm starting to regret having Chris on my channel now, because he's like totally wrecking all my theories about all of this. So I don't know if I'm going to publish this video now. I'm having to start to have some regrets. But either way, in the event I do publish this, I will. thank you for being here, and thank you for reaching out to me. Because again, imagine for a year we lived together, and we didn't know what we were doing, man. You were 17, I was 21. By default, I was about to say, by default, you're an idiot if you're that age, but most of you are that age. So you're not idiots, and I love you, and I care about you.
You just have room to grow.
You have room to grow, and like that's what we were saying. Like we're such different people now that we're in our 30s than we were when we were so young,
Yeah.
and back when Nickelback was still cool, and you could still have frosted tips. Like, but yeah, I thought how cool. We had that shared experience of buzzing our hair out for the first time, and that's definitely part of my channel. If your hair loss or signs of hair loss bothering you, the first step is to buzz it off, face your fears, because we are not men of fear, we are men of hope, right?
Exactly.
Special guest, Chris Haley, grew up in a state that most of us don't know existed.
It is a state.
Delaware!
It is a state.
When I was in college, I visited his family there, and they have no sales tax.
No state sales tax.
And you only have like 3 counties.
3 counties.
I remember that, and
Yeah.
I would only know that because of you. All right, say goodbye to Chris. Thank you again for being a special guest.
Thanks for having me.